And by the way, this is the first time ever to be offering the FDA cleared, it's direct consumer earbuds basically that are going to help any of you, whether it's yourself or somebody that you care about, deal with, you know what, hearing impairment. It's a big issue, and I feel so sorry for somebody who doesn't live life hearing the full range of sound. A lot of us miss out on the highs and the lows or the midtones. It sounds almost muffled or like you're living underwater. This is so exciting. And by the way, $6.99 for this system is an unbelievable offer. And if any of you, by the way, did purchase this like a couple weeks ago and you might have spent a little bit more, guess what? We're gonna honor this price going forward, and you will get a refund if you spent a little bit more a couple weeks back, because Bose and HSN realized there's a real need in the marketplace for this. And this is something that is direct to you, direct to consumer, that you don't have, that you can customize and tweak the sound as your day progresses, based on the situation you're in or the environment you're in, whether it's a soft air or, place or a loud place. You don't have to set an appointment to go meet with your audiologist and figure out what's going on with my ear and my hearing aids because they're just not giving me the crisp clarity that I need. You can literally customize the sound on your phone, because there's a free app that you will get along with these incredible hearing aids. So first and foremost, I will say this is our last full airing. This is our final quantities for direct consumer from Bose. No one knows sound better than Bose, and this is a chance to really customize the kind of sound that you need, because we all need to hear. You all should hear everything that's around you. So we're gonna talk into great detail about this system with Aaron Berger, our expert in the world of electronics, and certainly Bose being the operative word there, Bose being the company that has done something that no other company has, and that's bringing something directly to you. So Aaron Berger, welcome to the show tonight.
Hey, Callie, thank you. It's good to be here. It's always great to be here with Bose and with all the many other wonderful products that I get to represent at HSN. I have to say, this product is something that is just on its own, that is extraordinary on its own, because I think it helps people in a way that almost nothing else, frankly, that I sell is able to. I know there are a lot of hurdles to people who are thinking about hearing aids. If you're thinking about hearing aids because you have, maybe you have mild to moderate perceived hearing impairment, or maybe you're just beginning to realize, when I go to restaurants and there's a lot of noise around me, it's difficult for me to hear the conversation that's just a couple of feet away from me. Or maybe when you go to the movies, you're always asking whoever's with you, what did they just say? What did they say? What was that? Or you watch TV together at night. Or maybe, I know a lot of people suffer in the dark about it, you act like you heard everything that was said, but you didn't. But it wasn't clear to you. For the first time ever, I mean, these are revolutionary in a big way. These are the first FDA cleared direct to consumer hearing aids. So that means you don't have to make an appointment with an audiologist. You don't have to go see a doctor. You don't have to go back for fittings. You don't have to go back for tunings. Every time there's an issue, you don't have to, redo the process, and you don't have to spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. They are the first FDA cleared direct to consumer hearing aid for adults 18 and over with mild to moderate perceived hearing loss. To sort of describe that to you in sound, we have a little video. We have a simulation video, and I'll tell you what this video is going to do. It's a video and audio. It shows you the difference between listening in the world without the Bose SoundComfort hearing aids in, and then listening when they're turned on. So pay specific attention. We did 3 simulations. 1, pay attention to the waitress's voice, to how much more clearly. And you'll see when we go from the sound of the hearing aids being on to off, we'll show it on the screen. Pay attention to how much better you can hear her voice, how much better you can hear the television. You'll see we do a little simulation with the TV, and then just taking the walk, how much literally more clearly you can hear the birds. Take a listen to this simulation. Callie and I will talk to you on the other side.
Hi, I'm Danielle. Let me tell you about our specials. So tonight, we've got some great new craft beers on tap. There's a pale ale from one of our local brewers. It's very crisp, citrusy, if that's what you're into. And tonight's soup is butternut squash, and that comes with a wood-grilled crostini with eggplant on the side. It's very popular. Also on the menu tonight are spicy chicken wings with a blue cheese sauce. And these will both pair nicely with that pale ale I mentioned. So what can I get for you?
At the end of their long journey, our colony of penguin chicks have reached the ocean. They peer over the edge, waiting for the right moment, anticipating the dangers that await. Until finally, one of them jumps, which inspires the others to follow, a clumsy cascade of juvenile penguins falling into the sea.
Hey, honey, do you hear that? It sounds like a pair of cardinals. Where are they? I hear them, but I don't see them. Oh, I think they're coming from up there.
It makes me think about my grandmother. She lived the vast majority of her life up until the end pretending that she could hear everything everybody else did in the room. She didn't want to go to a doctor because she knew my grandpa would think it was too expensive to get a hearing aid. She didn't want to, at that point, it was just not an option. That's why it really touches me to realize and think about her, but also to understand, Aaron, there are millions of Americans. This is a major, public health issue. This is a social barrier for a lot of people who don't want to admit that there's an issue. That's why I'm inviting you to just try these, because not only are they here at this price and only here at this price, they are here with free shipping and not a 30-day, but a 90-day trial run. You've got 3 months to be able to give this system a try. And also you can spread this over the course of 5 months if you want to pay a little bit now. You can get them, you still have 90 days. If you want to use your HSN card, we have 18 months of VIP financing for you on this. That means it's $38.88. You pay that a little at a time over the course of a year. And by the way, when you get these, there is world-class support that Aaron's gonna go through and detail for you in terms of setting it up. If you've got questions, there's gonna be a full one-on-one tutorial and a training session for you and a Bose expert when it comes to sound quality. You also get the full gambit. You get, as you can see, not only this great case that's gonna house your hearing aids, they are right inside and they are so incredibly comfortable and much more discreet than typical hearing aids out there. We'll show you videos of how this just kind of wraps around the ear. This goes right into the ear canal. Speaking of which, because we all have different size ear canals, you're getting all these different tips. So you don't have to worry about one fitting or one not, because you can customize one side left to the right or right to the left. No two ears canals are the same, but you get all of that customizability. You get all the batteries you need for months. And these are traditional batteries, just like you would use if you've ever worn hearing aids from any other brand. This is enough to get you through for several months, and you can pick those up anytime. We actually even have extra batteries in stock if you'd like to stock up on them now. So Aaron, I know there's a lot to cover in this. I don't know where you want to begin to really kind of elaborate on how much different this Bose hearing aid system is than others out there. I mean, it's just a far cry of a difference.
It is. It's different because it is, in a sense, it's almost like do it yourself. As we've said, you don't have to see a doctor, you don't have to see an audiologist, you don't have to see an engineer. You get to, there's even an app, which we'll get to in a few minutes, where you can control the way that the hearing aid works when it's in. So let's start at the beginning. Let's start with an overview. We have a video that I'll sort of narrate through for you guys. So as we play that, I'll remind you, these are the first FDA cleared direct-to-consumer hearing aids developed for adults 18 years and older with perceived mild to moderate hearing impairment. Paired with the revolutionary Bose Hear app, you can now fit, program, and control your sound control hearing aid for clinically proven audiologist quality customization without a doctor's visit. That's the incredible thing. Without a hearing test, without a prescription, you don't need any of those anymore. And you can make setting adjustments yourself using the app in real time in a real world environment without assistance from a hearing care professional. The sound controlled hearing aids were developed by a team of Bose scientists, audiologists, and engineers who took decades of expertise to create the very first FDA cleared direct to consumer hearing aids. These are, important note, these are meant to improve hearing quality. These do not stream music. These do not stream calls. They're not the same thing as earbuds at all. These are hearing aids. Speech that once sounded mumbled, this is really key, especially consonant sounds, p, b, t, d, those kind of sounds, are clearer. Children's voices are now easier to understand, as well as listening to conversations, even in noisy environments. They really revolutionized the way hearing aids are defined. I'm going to speak to the left-hand side of what you're seeing right now. This product may help you hear better if. So these are for you if you have mild to moderate hearing loss, if you strain to follow conversations when others don't, especially in noisy places. Are you always asking, what did she say? What did they say? Or are you just pretending like you heard when you didn't? Do you have trouble understanding the TV or trouble understanding movies? Do you always turn the captions on, even when it's something that you really shouldn't necessarily need the captions for? These are ideal for you under all of those circumstances, Callie. And I think, you made a good point earlier talking about your grandmother. I probably needed hearing aids for years and years and years, but for whatever reason, because they seemed too expensive, or because she was intimidated by the thought of going to talk to a professional, or because it was inconvenient, or for whatever reason, she chose not to do it. If you're listening today, you don't have to go through those hurdles anymore. If you think about your grandparents, and you think about your parents, and you think about your godmother, and you think about your godfather, and those people in your lives, we all know somebody who is struggling with this right now. And the other thing, and Callie, I appreciate so much you pointing this out, the 90-day return policy is something that is so key. I've worked so much with Bose and with HSN, and particularly the engineers, of course, and the audiologists at Bose have worked to make sure the experience with these hearing aids for you is perfect. But understand, of course, like anything, like when you get a new pair of glasses or a new anything, it may take a little while to get used to. So with this extended period, we want you to be able to take a deep breath, wear them for a couple of weeks, for a couple of months, make sure you love them. And we think that the vast majority of you absolutely will.
I agree. And I love that we're giving you that extended experience. I want to talk about the world-class support that you're getting here as well, because for some of you, this might be your first like dipping your toe in the water, because you're finally just acknowledging the fact that you're not hearing, maybe it's the high frequencies or the mid-tones. Sometimes those go first and you feel like you're listening, you can hear, but it's muffled, and you just want to have that natural sound again. If you want to give these a try, don't forget, you've got 3 months to be able to do that. And you can self-customize the levels from left side to right side, or right to the left, or maybe you only have an issue on the left side. You will notice a difference based on how you can tweak it at home, wherever you are, in the environment that you're in. Granted, audiologists are great, and there's options out there. I know the reason my grandmother didn't do what she should have done is because they were so expensive, and we're Norwegian. Grandpa didn't think it was important that she hear or something, but I really do encourage you guys. It's not your fault if your hearing has gotten worse over your lifetime, or as in the video that we saw earlier, it was a gentleman in probably his early 50s. It happens, for different reasons. Maybe you've been listening to music at a higher volume than you should, and maybe you've got a work environment that's just loud and you've got some damage. You know what? There's lots of reasons why we have, some impairment when it comes to hearing. But I really want you to treat yourself to the gift of hearing life around you. So I know we've got a lot to cover as well. Would you mind, though, elaborating, Aaron, on how our customers are really kind of held by their hand from beginning through the whole experience?
Yeah, so in a few minutes, we're actually going to show you guys the app and how the app works. And just know this, when you very first set these up, so you set them up using your smartphone or using a tablet, Android, Apple, doesn't matter. So you do a setup process that takes about 30 minutes. It probably will take you less than that, but we estimate about 30 minutes. And one of the really cool things is when you get to the end of it, if you had any questions, any problems at all, even if you didn't have any questions or problems, the app says, would you like to set up an appointment with a virtual appointment with a Bose hearing specialist? So you can set that appointment right there, and you can actually do a virtual meeting with them where they can answer any questions that you might have. So I think it's another exciting part about it, is that you get so much help along the way. Just before we jump into the specifics of the app, we're going to talk about how you can control the volume on your hearing aids, how you control the treble, how you control the bass, how you can control the focus, whether the hearing aids are focused on hearing what's directly in front of you or what's all around you. We're going to talk about how you wear them. They're so lightweight. They only weigh, I haven't even taken mine out and shown you here. They only weigh about an ounce. Each set of batteries has about a 56-hour battery life. They're incredibly discreet to wear. Before we do all that, For those of you who might be joining us, we're already nearly 20 minutes into our presentation, which means we're almost halfway through our presentation. I want to show you the sound simulation again. What this simulation does, sort of show you the difference in hearing without the hearing aid and then with the hearing aid in. We turn it on, we turn it off, we turn the volume up and down, pay special attention to the waitress's voice, to the sound of the television, and to the sound of the bird. There's kind of 3 simulations. Take a listen to this. We'll see at the other end, and we'll get into some specifics on how you can use the app to help your hearing aids work even better.
Hi, I'm Danielle. Let me tell you about our specials. So tonight, we've got some great new craft beers on tap. There's a pale ale from one of our local brewers. It's very crisp, citrusy, if that's what you're into. And tonight's soup is butternut squash, and that comes with a wood-grilled crostini with eggplant on the side. It's very popular. Also on the menu tonight are spicy chicken wings with a blue cheese sauce, and these would both pair nicely with that pale ale I mentioned. So what can I get for you?
At the end of their long journey, our colony of penguin chicks have reached the ocean. They peer over the edge, waiting for the right moment, anticipating the dangers that await. Until finally, one of them jumps, which inspires the others to follow a clumsy cascade of juvenile penguins falling into the sea.
Hey, honey, do you hear that? It sounds like a pair of cardinals.
Where are they? I hear them, but I don't see them.
Oh, I think they're coming from up there.
That makes me so happy for somebody to hear the birds actually chirping, to actually hear the sounds around you, people talking, music, concerts, I mean TV, to hear the real sound. And it's not about blasting the volume, it's about clarifying. It's about really separating the sounds and making you feel comfortable in the environment that you're in. And that's why I love this whole app thing. And that's why I love this whole Class 2 medical device, by the way, FDA cleared, the first FDA cleared direct-to-consumer hearing aid. Bose has done it again, and this is just such an exciting opportunity to try something that can make your life better. I know we don't have a lot of these left. I think, you know, if you want to give this a whirl, there's never going to be a better time than this. At $6.99, I mean, this is our last airing. This is our last full airing, and this is your chance to spend as little on a FlexPay as $139. There's no charge to ship. That's free. That's on you. You've got 3 months, 90 days to experience the difference. If you have an HSN card, this story gets even better. 18 months to pay this off little by little. It's less than $40 a month. It's literally $38.88 a month. If in a month or 2 months or 3 months, you're like, I'm not sure. Send it back, that's fine. We'll refund those 1 or 2 or 3 months of payments you've put in and you know, move along and do something that you are more comfortable with. But I can't imagine being more comfortable than being able to tweak the sound based on the environment that you're in, where you are. My grandmother lived on a farm, so for them to have to make an appointment to go see an audiologist was a couple-hour trip, and it was like, oh my gosh, and they were so much more expensive back then, so much different than these because these are designed by Bose. Sound is the bread and butter of what Bose does. So I just really hope you will take this opportunity to at least try them. You won't see another chance at this price. And by the way, if you received or purchased these a couple weeks ago and the price was higher, we're honoring the sale price to all of you who have made your purchase here at HSN. So this is a moment, Aaron. And you know, I'm fortunate, you're fortunate, I'm sure, Aaron, you're a musician. You know, I've been in this business, I wear earpieces for my job. So, yeah. You know, a lot of times there are things that affect our hearing that they're no fault of our own. But boy, the difference it's like night and day, black and white. From watching those videos and listening to the difference in the audio turned off and on, which leads me back to how you can tweak it on the free app that you can use.
Yeah, so here's the thing. When you get the hearing aids home, put batteries in the hearing aid, you download the Bose Hear app and you set them up. So we'll take a look at video now, and I'm going to talk about the world volume, the treble, the bass, some of those sort of things. With the Bose Hear app, You can personalize your settings in about 30 minutes. It's a big shift from what's needed for conventional hearing aids. As you can see on our phone, you can turn up the volume using the phone, or you see the hearing aid that we just brought out. There's a little button on the top, a little toggle on the top to increase and decrease the volume as well. So you don't always have to take out the app. You don't always have to have your phone with you for that either. The world volume setting controls the sound of the environment around you. That includes the TV, the conversations, the outdoor sounds. You can also adjust the treble and the bass, as you see we're doing on the right-hand side right now. I'll talk more about treble and bass in a second. With the world volume, as the world volume increases, this is really key, and Callie alluded to this earlier. As the world volume increases, quiet sounds are amplified more than loud sounds. So now you can hear what's around you more comfortably. It doesn't just blast all the noise around you. It actually hones in and identifies softer voices, consonants, those sort of things that shape the words that we hear. You can also adjust the treble and the bass tone to help you hear voices more naturally. For example, you can turn the treble up to make sounds brighter and crisper, or you can use the bass settings to make sounds richer and deeper. As we said earlier, no hearing aid can restore normal hearing, but what the Bose hearing aid can do is help you hear better in the environment that you're in every day. Even as that environment shifts and changes, you're at a different place at a different time. Sort of in the traditional hearing aid model, your hearing aids are always set to one setting. With these, you can change your settings anytime you want. So if you're in a crowded restaurant, it's one thing. If you're at a movie theater, it's one thing. If you're taking a walk in a park, or if I think about this all the time, I exercise on sort of a busy road. It's called Bayshore Boulevard. It's this beautiful road, and it's the longest uninterrupted sidewalk in the world. And it's in Tampa, Florida, where I live, but it's busy. It's really busy. And so certainly if you had your hearing aids in there, you would want to hear the sound all around you, right? You'd want to hear when a bicycle rider was behind you, or when there was a car to a couple of feet away, or whatever. There are times that you want, again, the sound focused on what's directly in front of you in a noisy restaurant when you're trying to hear the conversation of the person with whom you're having dinner. And there's other times when you want sound to be heard all around you. So the key here, Callie, is all of the real life situations that you encounter, the hearing aids are there to help you in all of those real life situations.
That is a key thing that you just said. And by the way, I put one in just to show you how discreet they are. But what you said is so important, because you can tweak it day to day, 5 times a day if you want to, right there on the app. And it works with every phone. You don't need to have your phone with you unless you want to tweak it. You can tweak the left side, you can tweak the right side based on the environment that you're in. You know, regular hearing aids, they have them set for one thing. And you walk out the door and they're just designed to help, you know, amplify sound, basically. These are different in the sense that you can customize from left to right, from morning to noon to night, how you're hearing what's around you. That to me is the key, because every day is different. Everywhere you go is different. You're not gonna always want the same level for everything that happens in your world. That, I love how Bose has designed that. I'm gonna just show you here. You can see I put one in my left ear, and it's just such a comfortable fit. They're so discreet. You don't even know there's anything in your ear. That was another thing my grandmother wouldn't do. She was like, I don't want anyone to know I'm hard of hearing, because they used to be big and clunky and obvious. They'd stick halfway outside of your ear. But these, in fact, let me show you this. This is the design. They're so tiny, and it's a clear wire that goes up and around your ear, and this is what goes into the ear canal. And you're receiving all kinds of sizes for the types of, you know, whatever comfort level you need. And this is what goes back and around your ear. They're so comfortable, they're so discreet, they're so improved when it comes to allowing you to live your life in a way that just makes it feel full and rich and real and alive. I know, you know, this is our last airing. This is our last chance for $6.99, a sale price on something that could change everything about your life. It really could. So maybe it's you or your husband or your wife or your partner that you're, you know, are thinking about getting these for. Maybe it's your parents, maybe it's your grandparents. If my grandmother was still alive, I would love to be able to send these to her to at least try something that could bring everything back into, like, gosh, to think of all the things she missed out on just because she never told anybody how bad her hearing was, because she was embarrassed. She thought it was her fault. It's not. It's a thing. It happens and multiple reasons. So it's just one of those opportunities that with Bose, and you know Bose, Aaron, I mean, we'll talk about their wave sound system. They are such experts when it comes to sound. I mean, they're engineers, and you've done extensive work with all of them from behind the scenes, so you know what has gone into the development of these.
Yeah, the scientists and the audiologists and the engineers with decades of experience that work together to be able to bring to you the first FDA-cleared direct-to-consumer hearing aid. It's a very exciting thing to say, hey, we have something here that might really help you in a way that you haven't been able to do. You know, in the past, you would have needed a prescription, you would have needed an appointment, you would have needed adjustments, all those kind of things. It looks like we've only got about 5 minutes or so left, so let's kind of carry on. I want to talk about the app a little bit more. I've mentioned this, but I'm going to show it to you in the app. There are different settings for, they're called focus settings in the app. We're going to show you a video on them right now. They're basically a front focus setting where, again, when you're using the app, there's an everywhere and a front setting. The everywhere setting, the microphones are not just focused on the sound in front of you, but all around you. So when you're taking a walk, those sort of things are pointing to the everywhere setting now. Perfect for taking a walk, working around the house, a day at the park, those kind of things. I think this next setting is the one that is just so mind-blowing and so important. In the front focus mode, the microphones and the hearing aids focus on the sounds in front of you. This setting can help you hear better during a group conversation, at a table at a restaurant, those kinds of things. I think that's really important to be able to differentiate and to do it so easily. You know, just one little button on the app, that's it. You can save your settings for activities and places by using the modes feature. It gives you easy access to preferences for a favorite restaurant, dinner at home, with the family, etc. You can even create your own custom presets. And beyond that, you can control the volume independently on each of your hearing aids. So a left-right balance. Maybe you need it a little louder in your left ear. Well, that's fine. Just toggle over to the left, like we're doing now. Or you maybe need a little louder in the right ear. That's fine. Just toggle over to the right. Or you can create just a perfect balance between them. Everyone hears a little differently. And you might even be in environments where you need to adjust a little bit. You can mute the left ear entirely. You can mute the right ear entirely. And then last but not least, some people have even asked, well, can I wear just one hearing aid? Will they work independently of each other? Yes. You don't have to wear both hearing aids. You could wear just one if there's a circumstance under which you need to do that. Again, it's the flexibility, the ability to customize these on your own, how user-friendly they are. If you know Bose, you know the Bose name already, you know that Bose is the world leader in sound. And Callie and I will talk about this a lot, about 5 minutes from now when we talk about the Bose Wave music system. We talk about some of the, again, more revolutionary technology that's in there. There is, when it comes to sound, there's Bose and then there's everyone else. And one of the things the scientists at Bose, I think, do across the board with their products, Callie, is make them incredibly simple to use. And when you're talking about something like a hearing aid, something as personal as your hearing, as you know, one of your senses, for goodness sakes, it is so important. I think that the least amount of struggle possible to get the maximum result from the hearing aid is really important, and that is something the designers of Bose have done a very, very solid job with.
This is really exciting, Aaron, to have this at HSN. Really, it's such a, it just opens up a whole new life, honestly. If you have been dealing with it or you know somebody that's dealing with hearing impairment, give these a try. Give these a try. You've got 90 days, 3 months. So you can really just relax into the experience and not stress about, oh, what if it doesn't work? If you don't love them, we want you to send them back. We want you to be able to hear and enjoy life the way you should. 2 things I'm gonna share with you, and I know our time is getting limited. This is our last airing at this special sale price. We are honoring everybody's purchases, even if you spent more earlier, at this price. So we just really want you to know that this is the place to come to get not only great brands, great products, and great prices. If you have an HSN card, boy, are you lucky, because you can do 18 months financing on this purchase. That means it's only $38.88 a month. That's what you pay now. That's what you pay next month, little by little. But you know what? You have these all the while. You will have them directly shipped to you, no charge for shipping, that's on us. and then you can try them. You can customize which ear or canal or tips actually feel most comfortable, from left to right, right to left. You're getting the little cleaner thing, you're getting this wonderful overview, you're getting all the batteries you need for several months, and if you need more of these are the classic hearing aid batteries that you can buy at every drugstore, every market that you know of. We have them in stock at HSN if you'd like to add another set of these. These are, I think they're called the 312s, the Zinc Z312s, typical hearing aid batteries, very affordable. And I tell you what, this is one of those moments where I could not feel better about helping you or somebody that you love and care about lead a life that is fuller and richer, because the sound is there. And it's about evening out the sounds. You know, it's not about just amplifying it and just making everything louder and blasting. It's about customizing what you need, when you need it, where you need it, with that app that Aaron's just gone through. They come with a full year warranty. If you would like to add more to that for peace of mind, we have Protection Plus. You could add another 2, 3, I think even up to 4 years on top of that. You can ask our sales reps about that. There's no deductibles, powered by Allstate. So that's another peace of mind experience. And I also love, Aaron, that at the beginning, when you get these at home, if you have any questions, you'll have a real person from Bose to talk to and kind of walk you through the process of setting it up, showing you how that app works. Some people get still freaked out at the idea of apps. You don't need to use that app unless you want to tweak or customize the sound volume or the world, all the details that Aaron just went through. I think that's the key to this whole system just being so far superior, is that you can customize what you need, not what the regular universe needs, or the audiologist thinks that, well, this is the most commonly setting. If you want to change this from day to night, from week to week, you can. And I know our time is getting limited, Aaron, but would you mind one more time explaining how that works? Because I think that is just total freedom.
Yeah. I'd love to. No, I'd love to. So within the app, there's a couple of things that you can control. You can control the world volume. You can turn it up and down. You can turn the treble or the bass up and down. So if you want to make things a little clearer or crisper, or a little louder and a little deeper, you can control, they're called focus settings. So the hearing aids focus specifically on what's in front of you. If you're having a conversation at a noisy restaurant, for example, I think that's something a lot of us can relate to. Or you can have them on what's called their everywhere setting, which is where it just amplifies everything around you. But even then, when it's amplifying everything around you, it is very much focusing on sounds, and scientifically, I can't explain how this is done, quite frankly. It's beyond me. But sounds that are things like consonant sounds that are difficult to hear, softer voices like children's voices, that is designed to heighten those more than it heightens the ambient noise around those. And that's why the clarity is so good. I want to speak, we're in our last 4 or 5 minutes here. I want to speak about how to wear these. So we have a video that we're going to show you. The first thing you're going to see actually is just the hearing aids themselves. There's a distinct left, yeah, perfect. There's a distinct left and a distinct right hearing aid. The hearing aid for your left ear has a blue speaker. The hearing aid for your right ear has a red speaker, red for right. To put it on, you'll see our model putting it on here. To put it on, you need to place the body of the hearing aid behind your upper ear. Next, you wrap the attached cable over the top of your ear so the speaker reaches your ear canal, and then bend the cable to insert the speaker into your ear until it feels secure. The cable should fit comfortably. If it seems too long or too short, you can go onto the app and order a longer cable or a shorter cable for free. There's no fee there. Again, we want these to fit perfectly. We want you to have an extraordinary experience with them. For the vast majority of you, when I put it, I saw Callie, just put it in. I have certainly worn them, tested them. The cable was the appropriate length for me. But for the few of you out there for whom it might not be the perfect length, you can order a new cable for free. Doesn't cost anything. You do it right from the app. One other thing I want to show you, we have an image we're going to show you of the tips. You're going to get 6 different tips, and I want to talk to these for just a moment because they do things a little bit differently depending on what you need. So the tip that will be on the hearing aid when you get it is the one that's in the top middle. Those are the medium-sized open tips. Those allow more external sound into your ears, which can help your own voice sound natural. That makes sense, right? If you put your fingers in your ears, your voice sounds less natural, right? The more sound that comes into your ears sound more natural. However, some of you might need or prefer the closed tips. The closed tips are designed to provide more sound from the hearing aid when you need higher world volume or when you prefer more bass. Again, So this is all about the choice is up to you. The choice is all up to you. What do you prefer? What sounds the best to you? There's 3 different sizes in the open tip and the closed tip. Callie mentioned earlier, the batteries, you get 4 sets of batteries, 8 batteries, 4 sets of batteries are included. They are the 312 Zinc batteries. They can be purchased anywhere hearing aid batteries are sold. I know we have some available here on HSN. How long do they last? Each set, so each set of 2 batteries, approximately 56 hours. So they last a long time, and then you simply replace them when they die. When the batteries are finished, you replace them.
They're typical hearing aid batteries that if you've ever used hearing aids that we do have in stock. There it is, 85401. They do come with, of course, they're all set to go. You get the batteries, you get everything you need. You are off to the races the minute they arrive. And by the way, they will arrive right away. When we do a flex option, meaning you pay 1 month at a time, we don't wait for your final payment for you to get a product. That's layaway, thing of the past. This is HSN. You put 1 payment down, your card of choice. If you have a card that you love because you get points, use that. You can do this on 5 Flex, making it about $160, I want to say, to get these on their way to you. $139.80 actually. With an HSN card, not only can you add another Flex if you would like, a 6th Flex, you could do 18 months, which makes it less than $40 a month, $38.88 each month. We don't charge interest on those payments. We don't, pay it off in full in 18 months. You haven't paid a dime in interest. We're your bank. We want you to get the products that you want, the things you need, and this is one. This is a treat to offer. I especially appreciate having been here at HSN for 23 years in April. Gosh, had they been around when my grandmother was still with us, I would have definitely treated her to these. But I hope you can treat somebody to them as well. And maybe that's you. Maybe it's somebody you love and care about. The item number is 795282. This is the last airing. This is our final quantities available for you to get them on their way. So thank you for your orders. We are going to talk about that Bose Wave sound system, but I also wanted to remind you that we're celebrating National Craft Month. There are so many more crafts coming up tonight from 7 until midnight. You're going to see so much more. So the other thing that's